Get ready to take dictation of second paper higher grade of February 2020 of Andhra Pradesh. Ready. Number 1. Draft tender notice on behalf of Superintending Engineer Greater Vishakhapatnam Municipal Corporation Vishakhapatnam for the work of construction of rainwater drains in Akkayapalam division. Tender deposit of rupees 5,000 to be paid by bank draft only. Drawn in favor of Administrative Officer Greater Vishakhapatnam Municipal Corporation. Tender forms and other regulations can be had from this office on payment of rupees 200. Sealed tenders in prescribed form will be received up to 3 p.m. on 5th April. Tenders will be opened on the same day at 5 p.m. Rights reserved to accept or reject any tender without assigning any reason. Successful tenderer should be prepared to give bank guarantee for proper execution of the work. Number 2. The annual general meeting of Jagati Publications Limited, Hyderabad, will be held at 10 a.m. on 23rd April at the registered office, Jubilee Hills, Hyderabad. The meeting will have to elect a board of directors consisting of 9 members. All the retiring directors are eligible for re-election. The audited accounts of the previous year have to be approved. The annual report for the year ending 31st March 2015 will have to be approved. Dividend to shareholders to be decided. Bonus for the employees to be declared. Any other subject for which members have given notice will be considered. Members are requested to attend. They are eligible to attend by proxy. Draft meeting notice. Number 3. Indiranagar colony is within the city limits of the Vijayawada Municipal Corporation. There are about 500 families, nearly 2000 people are living. Yet the residents have not so far been provided with proper basic facilities such as roads, drainage, and protected water supply. Every rainy season is a horrible experience to the colony people who come outside on some work or the other. No remedy despite several complaints made to concerned authorities. Due to bad roads, city buses are also stopped, which had further worsened the situation. Early attention of authorities requested. Draft a letter to the editor, Indian Express, Vijayawada, as from the Secretary, Indiranagar Colony Residents Welfare Association, highlighting the above issues. Number 4. Draft a representation to the Honorable Minister for Human Resources Development, Government of Andhra Pradesh, from the General Secretary, Andhra Pradesh Polytechnic Contract Lecturers Association, explaining their grievances against the principals, who not ill treat them but do not pay them even their meager salaries regularly and fully, and how they threaten the contract lecturers to remove from service for their own reasons. In view of the miserable conditions of contract lecturers, request the Honorable Minister to take a policy decision to regularize their services and treat them on par with regular lecturers, as most of them are fully qualified and put up long years of service and not in a position to take up alternate employment. Number 5. Ushodaya Publications Private Limited, Hyderabad, requires advertisement manager for its Chennai office. Responsibilities include planning and execution of promotional activities for securing advertisements to newspapers and magazines of the company and supervision of various functions of advertisement department. Maximum age 35 years. Candidate should possess a master's degree in business administration with specialization in marketing or advertising. Experience of at least 2 years in a reputed organization. Salary around 40,000 per month. Higher start may be considered for deserving candidates. Applications should be sent to the Chief Personnel Officer, Ushodaya Publications Private Limited, Somajiguda, Hyderabad, giving full details of age, qualifications, experience, salary drawn, etc. within 10 days from the date of advertisement. Draft an advertisement. Contains the following. Sir, as regards black money, our party has clearly stated in the election manifesto during the recently held Lok Sabha elections that top priority will be given to bring back black money which is stashed abroad in the tax havens, which will create a great boost in the overall development of our country and in the economic growth of our country, as well as the upliftment of the downtrodden and the developing a strong nation. Sir, the present government has filed a review petition to bring amendments to its previous verdict to disclose the names of 700 account holders who have stashed their money in Swiss banks. They have been referring to the confidentiality clause in the double taxation avoidance treaty, which is against the disclosure. The question is whether the names for disclosure are being violating the treaty with Switzerland. The government fears that the treaty with Switzerland will stall further information from that country and will also adversely affect our prospects with other countries as well. Sir, the Honorable Supreme Court has again and again refused to accept the arguments of the government for non disclosure. The Supreme Court found that these treaties are not against all disclosures and further taking for granted that they impose total restrictions, they are against the fundamental rights enshrined in our constitution, but still the government persists on its frivolous argument. The government's plea that further information will be stalled by the disclosure in unreasonable, since the Indian governments so far have not obtained any of the lists legally from the countries abroad. The government's total focus on bringing back black money is premised on the assumption that illicit money is only parked in tax havens. It does not consider the phenomenon of round tripping of black money in the form of investments. It is not focusing on preventing the generation and outflow of unaccounted money. Black money is a wasted money. It has got no utility value. When it is transferred abroad, there it is actually a drain of surplus affecting domestic investment and consumption. When it remains here, it functions as a non performing and non productive asset, having been invested in secondary stock market, real estate, and in luxury consumption areas. Since it hovers around the elite, it worsens the inequality level still further. Before I conclude, I want to ask the question. Our Prime Minister, during his election campaign, has promised to credit rupees 15 lakh each in every Indian's account out of the total black money to be retrieved. The Honorable Home Minister has then vouched for completing this job within 100 days based on this promise. After the government assumed power, many have bought loans and a few have lent loans. Every citizen of India is waiting eagerly as to when this amount will be credited to his to her account. Thank you, sir.